Yes.
Sure. So we're Kijenzi, and what we do is 3D printing, digital manufacturing, right now starting with healthcares right here in Kisumu, Kenya. So we do both spare parts for medical equipment as well as occupational therapy devices. Those are the two areas in which we're starting. For both of those things, there really is, for a lot of these parts that you see at the table, there really is no global supply chain that is coming here, so there's really little or no access. If there is any access, it's incredibly expensive. So what we believe in is distributed manufacturing, localized distributed manufacturing where we can print what people need right where people need it. Digital manufacturing, we're starting with plastics, but we can move on to all sorts of other materials within our printer farms. The very first printer farm that we have is located right here in Kisumu, Kenya.
And explain sort of Penn State's involvement too.
Sure. So this is a company that's an outgrowth of a program at Penn State called the Humanitarian Engineering and Social Entrepreneurship Program. So within that program, we've got over 100 students that are all working on phenomenal global innovations to help with large-scale area problems that might exist, working to figure out what sustainable business models look like and what the solution technologies look like, and then working to co-develop products and co-develop companies that eventually launch out of our program into something that's real and has significant impact on 1 million or more customers.
And you've had a unique experience because you've worked with students in Penn State and you've worked with students here in Kisumu.
Right.
What would you say in terms of if somebody were to say skills level, confidence level, are they the same? Are they different?
So I think there are opportunities in the U.S. for students to develop far more specific sets of skills than perhaps are available here. But for instance, here one of the skills that has been absolutely fantastic to find is biomedical engineers. So the biomedical engineers, I think that we've been able to recruit and lucky enough to hire here at Kijenzi have a hands-on skill in hospitals, really like nothing that I've seen in the U.S.
Wow.
Yeah, really fantastic.
Excellent.
Yeah, and I think as well, David perhaps can speak to this, but the ease with which engineers in the United States and Kenyan engineers here can collaborate. You would think that there are cultural or other types of barriers, but they seem to go away in a matter of a minute.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, we've collaborated a lot and get to learn from both sides in getting to design these parts. Yeah, and at least the work has been great.
So if let's say a company is looking for teams that have remote collaboration skills, you would say you've done that and you fit in well?
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's completely. And for a lot of our engineers, for a lot of here actually, we've got engineers that are permanently located in the U.S., some of them, that are working with Kenyan engineers permanently located here, really with no issues, just sending everything back and forth, quite easy. But in addition, we've had our engineers in the U.S. come here to collaborate more deeply for periods of time, and that's worked fantastically well.
And what about Kenya? We always get challenged on speed of production. What has that been like? That we're too slow on speed of production. What has that been like?
Well, that's the beauty of 3D printing. You want it today, we'll get it to you today. So the immediacy, I think that's one of the great things that Kijenzi can bring is this idea of immediacy of manufacturing. So I think the idea is not to think necessarily in conventional terms, in terms of what does manufacturing look like here in Kisumu, or what does it look like in Kenya, but how can we leapfrog what conventional terms for manufacturing might be. And I think digital manufacturing is the way that we leapfrog it in order to do something new, innovative, and different that actually kind of solves the needs right here.
And what I'm excited about your project, there's been a lot of talk that sort of universities don't do anything in terms of job creation, in terms of practical hands-on experience. and making technology that's useful for people. So what would you say in answer to that?
I don't know who's saying that actually. But I think there is a difference. I mean, I think universities are fantastic at fundamental knowledge and getting fundamental knowledge out to people who then can apply it. But that does not mean that universities are not also fantastic at the application stage themselves. And I think it's really important, especially within the context of science, technology, engineering, to develop students that get practical, hands-on application opportunities, taking things from the lab all the way to the market. Not for play, not for a project, but actually launching it all the way to the market. I think that's a fantastic experience for students, regardless of where they're from, to get before they leave the university. Hey, how are you doing?
From your perspective as an entrepreneur, would you say that the university branding has enabled you to gain greater trust than if you were working by yourself as a group?
I would say, yeah, it has helped strengthen the university has
this is a spare part
because at least the knowledge of it, and we've also come together. They've helped us start it from the grassroots. So now we are good at our own.
For medical spares as well. One of the big things is that you've got to order a very large.
Thank you so much. I'm going to just showcase some of your stuff here.
Yeah, this is our smaller monoprice.
Everything is locally printed. So are you headed to
the smaller part
tomorrow for the event?
Okay.
Okay, so oh, you're headed there right now. So you'll see in the back of Label Hub is actually our first printer farm is located right there. So
these are some
we're
of
just
the
waiting actually within the weeks we should have the last of our registration clearances in order to start
getting them is hard. We've managed to do.
Wow.
Farm. So a printer farm is basically a room that has a whole bunch of 3D printers that we can control and, and just
limited mobility, yes.
Yeah.
Patients with limited mobility can use.
Yeah. They can use this.
Yes.
So there is one company.
Also, this
actually two companies.
It's for the film,
AB3D
the
and as well
texture
Q-Tron.
the patients who have lost the sense of touch.
Yes.
They help in occupational therapy getting
years and just waiting for
so and so many other things we could done.
So right now we are.
This I know you have already seen.
Yes.
For the hand flex.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Yeah. Did you just give me your card?
It's got a bit of a stain on it.
This is for the
That's okay. Thanks for coming by.
suction bottle top. Yeah, which you've done also. It's a great work. I would say we are happy with it, and
yeah.
we are positive that we'll move forward.
Oh yeah. Okay.
And this is great because one of the things that was mentioned before was that 30% agro, and not having local suppliers with the right skills for the right products and the right specifications. So you're developing that capability, right?
Yeah. In fact, this is a local manufacturing. You will say that. At least we are putting it closer to the people who need it.
Excellent.
Yeah. Instead of getting it from outside,
so we're doing just healthcare right now.
The spare parts which can't be gotten.
AIDS,
so at least this is a great opportunity.
Things for people to
and it will open up so many
opportunities.
So you've heard it right here. Buy local is not just about agriculture. You can now get health equipment.
Yeah, exactly. And that's fantastic.
First healthcare equipment, next anything anybody needs.
Anything.
So that's the beauty of this idea of distributed localized manufacturing. We can make exactly what people in a particular area actually need and can't get from this local supply.
Fantastic. Thank you so much.
Thank you.